Alright, so what is up YouTube, it is Jugg here, and today what I've got for you guys is an easy way to cop all Yeezys, specifically the new Yeezys that are releasing in a couple of days. They are the Beluga 2.0s, and we also do have the blue tint ones coming on December the 16th. This is a cop guide for them as well, so a pretty good cop guide that you guys can be able to get for two Yeezys that are coming out very, very soon, and then obviously future ones, but there could be, you know, bots and stuff that are created by next year when more Yeezys release, so I will do an updated one next year. But first of all, we're going to start off with the raffles that you guys can enter. Now, I haven't entered these, and I want to give you guys a quick tip on raffles. Now, the best thing to do is actually enter raffles a day before they close. Now, this is because technically you are kind of at the top of the raffle kind of section, so you're more than likely going to be picked first, because obviously raffles are random, but you have a higher chance if you are higher up on the list. And raffles are definitely an easy way to win. I actually won the first raffle I ever entered. I won the frozen yellow Yeezys, which are the most limited today. I won them in the sneakers and stuff raffle, but I don't think they're doing a raffle for the Belugas. I don't know about the blue tints, but definitely not the Belugas from what I've seen. As you can see here, I've got my screen up, so what I'm going to be showing you guys is the Soul Suppliers raffle. Now, these are a great Twitter account. Definitely go and follow them. There's a load more, and I'll link them all down in the description below for you guys to go and have a look. But the Soul Supplier are very fast. They're usually the first to get absolutely everything out on Twitter. You know, when the queue goes live, everything like that, they are first to get that out there. So what I wanted to show you guys was their kind of list of raffles. Now, I'm not going to be entering the raffles just yet. I'm going to enter it tomorrow. This video is going to go out tonight, so if you guys want to enter them tomorrow as well, you can do. And sorry if I don't look at the camera just whilst I do this. It's because I'm looking at the screen to be able to see the raffles, but we do have a load of them. Literally, if you look all down here, there are so many raffles that you guys can enter. Ones for just US and Canada, so if you guys are from the US, there are ones specifically for you guys, so it's not all over the world, so you have more of a chance of winning. There are loads all like in store, and there are loads online as well. So the first one I'm going to go with is actually Okinai or Okini. I don't know how you exactly say it, but they usually do get quite a high stock, and so you are pretty much, you know, you have a very good chance of being able to win the raffle. So as you can see here, you have to put in your email address, your first name, your last name, your Instagram, and you have to follow their Instagram as well to be able to enter, your Twitter name, your location, and your shoe size, obviously, because, you know, you want to be winning the size that is for you if you're going to wear. I probably wouldn't recommend reselling the Beluga 2.0s just because there's so many of them. They're not going to go for that much. It's probably best just to keep them. However, they are a lot nicer than most other Yeezys, so the resale might be a little bit high. We're going to have to wait and see on Saturday when they do come out for the actual resale price. But as you can see, here is one of the raffles that you can enter. We also have the End Clothing Raffle right here. This is another awesome raffle to enter because, again, End does get a load of stock. So basically, you know, you do have a very high chance of winning, and they still do have 1 day, basically 2 days to enter. Again, I'm going to enter tomorrow because that's the best time for me. I've always won a raffle whenever I enter on the last day, so this is when I'm going to enter. And again, they're £170, which is like $220, and they are high stock, so you do have a nice chance of winning. As you can see here, again, all you have to do is literally choose your size, put your email address on and everything, and then choose the payment method, because with these raffles, unfortunately, you do have to actually buy the shoes after. You don't win them for free, but it's just a chance to win the shoe to be able to buy, which is, you know, still pretty awesome because you're not going to be paying crazy resale prices for the shoe. So I'm going to show you a few more raffles. I'm also going to leave the link to this Soul Supply page down in the description below, so you guys can go and enter every single raffle. As you can see, we do have one on JD Sports, we do have one on Naked. These places are all good places to enter the raffle because they are going to be getting high stock. There are also in-store raffles that you guys can get. There's one in London, there's a couple in Middlesbrough, I think, and even one in Leicester. So if you are from the UK, you definitely want to be entering these ones because in England, most places aren't too far away from each other. So it's pretty easy for you to be able to go and actually cop these shoes, and it's definitely worth it. They are probably the nicest of the three that are dropping over the course of the next month or so, and I definitely recommend you guys copying them. So as you can see here, there are a load of in-store ones, and there are a few that are US and Canada only. So if you guys are watching, you're from the US right now, I definitely recommend going and clicking the link and going and entering these ones, because you do have quite a good chance, because the rest of the world can't enter, only you guys in US and Canada can, which is absolutely awesome. Now what we're going to be going on to is the actual Adidas website. Now as you can see, I'm on it right now, and you can see that there is going to be a release in 2 days, which is November the 25th, and that is going to be for the Beluga 2.0s. And then we do have the December 16th release, which will be the blue tint. Now these two are going to be hopefully pretty easy to cop. Definitely the Beluga 2.0s, but the blue tint we are not sure on stock as of yet. But the Beluga 2.0s are pretty easy apparently to cop, and even Yeezy Mafia have tweeted out there is going to be high stock of them. Speaking of Yeezy Mafia, I'll link their Twitter down in the description below. They are always pretty accurate on when Splash goes live and when the queue goes live for the Yeezys, especially on Adidas US. They always get that usually first. Soul Supply usually get the UK one and European one first. It's definitely worth going to this page if you do want to cop and get in a couple of devices. I have my phone that I usually do go on as well. I usually launch it on my phone, my girlfriend's phone, my PC, and then I usually sit there and try and cop. It has worked once or twice, but it is pretty hard to get it off Adidas just because the queue can really screw up the servers, and you may not end up getting through. And obviously you don't want to just try off Adidas. You do want to go for places that have raffles as well, just because you are guaranteed to get a pair if you do win, whereas this, you know, you could get through and then the size could sell out. So, you know, it is a bit of a give or take with the Adidas website. But like I said, what you want to do is as soon as you get on the Adidas website on the 25th, you're going to have to wait and do not refresh once you get in the queue. So the queue usually goes live at 9 in the morning UK, and then another queue goes live in the US at 5 PM UK. So if you guys want to go ahead and convert them time zones for you, I'll have it up on the screen, but that is the times when you can get in the queue for the Yeezys. And then once you're in that queue, do not refresh, because as soon as you've refreshed, you are then going to be at the back of the queue, and you are, you know, basically screwing up your chances of being able to cop a pair of the Yeezys, because you're going to be way back in the queue. So again, like I said, just get yourself in the queue and let it wait. And once you're in the queue, basically it's going to take you about 10 to 15 minutes, but if you don't get through by then you probably don't have a chance, just because most sizes usually do sell out by then. But you know, it could take up to an hour, and some people do end up getting through in the last hour and getting really lucky. But if you're one of the first people to get in and you get yourself a pair, don't waste time, get back in that queue and get yourself another few pairs, because there's definitely opportunity to make money with these. So, you know, I don't really condone reselling, but, you know, I did resell my frozen yellow, so I can't really say anything too bad. But yeah, Adidas is another good way of being able to cop the Yeezys. It just does take a little bit longer. So again, like I say, do not refresh once you get on the page. Make sure you keep your notifications on for the Soul Supply, because those guys usually tweet it out first, and it's probably going to be the best way for you guys to cop these Yeezys is by having the Soul Supply's notifications on, because them guys are really good at getting out the tweets really quick. So the last way I want you guys to be able to see how to cop these Yeezys is by buying for the resale price. Now obviously a lot of people do not want to buy for resale price, but what I'm saying right now is it is probably the only way after these sell out that you're going to get a Yeezy for a decent price. Now what I'm saying is you do not need to at all pay the crazy resale prices that are on Flight Club. Now you can actually get these for way cheaper. So as you can see on Flight Club right here, they are for my size anyway, which is a 9.5, $700. And when we go over to StockX, as you can see right here, we're looking at like $495. So you're going to be able to save yourself a lot of money on these Yeezys if you don't go for the sites that a lot of people usually go for, like Go and Flight Club. These are legit, and you have a good chance, well, 100% chance of getting yourself a legit pair of shoes, as opposed to maybe buying off of a Facebook group or something like that. But you are going to be looking at spending a lot more money. So what I recommend you guys do is actually take a look on StockX. And as you can see, you can actually get a really good price for the Yeezys over on StockX, and they don't just show purchases from StockX, they show purchases from everywhere. So that $495 could be on a Facebook group, it could be somewhere all around the world. It doesn't just have to be on the StockX website, and I definitely recommend going there if you do want to buy yourself some Yeezys for the resale price, if you do have the money. Another place to go is this Facebook group that I'm a part of. It is called Yeezy Talk Worldwide. Now these guys on here are always active, you know, there's always shoes for sale on here, and you're always going to find yourself a legit pair. Now if there's a fake pair, they literally get called out straight away and people get banned for being scammers, and so literally all you're going to get on there is a real pair, and you are going to get yourself some absolutely awesome deals on here. So if you haven't joined it, it's a request to join group, and if you have Facebook, I definitely recommend it. I'll leave the link to those down in the description below. Everything I've spoke about right now, I'll leave a link down in the description below for you guys to go and cop, or try and cop anyway, if you do want to get these Yeezys, because as you can see, you can get some mad deals on here, especially like a pair of Pirate Blacks for 500 euros, which is around about 600 bucks, as opposed to around about $2,000 on Flight Club. You're probably going to be able to get yourself an absolutely awesome deal on these Facebook groups, so I definitely recommend joining them if you haven't already. There's also a Supreme one, so if you guys like Supreme like I do, you can also join that, and you're going to be able to find yourself some awesome deals. So apart from that, guys, that is pretty much my copying guide to be able to get the Yeezys, the new ones anyway. I definitely recommend you guys going to all the links down in the description below and enter in every raffle you can, making sure that you guys do not refresh in the queue, and definitely if you do want to play resale, go into the 2 places I have recommended. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I will see you all later. Peace.